Video I'm going to show how to create an instance dashboard which will show the list of all instances and their different status and so many different information will be available in that dashboard. So let us begin. I will create one CSHS. I will name it as instance report. So this is our coach. So what I will do next, I will just drag and drop one service here, and in the implementation I am going to select default instance list service, and this will be our flow, and I will connect it here. I will name the service as get instance data. Okay, now in the data mapping, as of now I will not provide any input mapping. So basically these all input mapping is optional, and I'll have to provide the output mapping variable. So I will quickly create a variable instance data, and it will be of type instance list data. So I'll have to change it here, instance list data. Okay, so now I will bind it, and for checking whether the output is coming or not, I will just provide console, and I will console that variable. So for getting that variable value, I will just do F12, and yes, we are getting the output. So we basically what we are getting the instances details. So whatever the instances are present till now, so there are list of 5 instances. So we can confirm this in the process inspector also. Let's open it. So I will search it. Yeah, so as you can see, active count is 5. So that active count we are getting. So now we got the data. Okay, now we want to display it accordingly. In order to do so, I will drag and drop that variable which consists the list of instance. So this is our table, and we can separately drag and drop other variables. These 3 variables, I will just drag and drop them. So now I will arrange these all the elements. So as of now, these all elements are getting the view from the coaches toolkit. So what I will do, I will just change it to output text of responsive coaches. I will do the same here, and okay, so this is integer. I'll have to select integer here, and in the total also I'll have to select integer. I will drag and drop one section, and this section I'm going to make it as horizontal type on the configuration, and I will drag and drop this control here. So I will just name it here last index start time. I will drag and drop this variable also here. So as you can see, if we have selected the horizontal in the configuration of the section, all the elements are being placed horizontally. So as we are getting this data as output, I am going to mark the visibility of this element as read only. So index update interval total. So yeah, I will quickly run it. As you can see, these all things are coming. So this section, it is not looking so good as of now. I will hide this name and I will run it once again. So you can see the last index start time, instance index update interval 5, total 5. So this table is not looking so good, so I'm going to make it as responsive. In order to do so, first of all I have to select the table, and in the view I will just write table and select as it from the responsive coaches toolkit. So basically this name of the table will come. In order to hide, I will select this setting from here, and I'll have to make each and every element responsive. So I will just quickly change these values. So I will use output text. Okay, I will do with the name also. Risk state, same here. Due date, same here. Each followed, I will remove. Okay, this one I will make output text. Owing team ID, I don't need it. Owing team name, I don't need it. Creation date, yes, we will use that. So output text, completion date, it is also text. So I will select the output text and status. Okay, that's it. So I will run it. So now our table is good. So this ID is coming. So basically this is our instance ID. Oh, yeah. So this is our instance ID, which is appended with the concatenation operator dot, and it will always be 2072 dot 854. So basically it's an internal thing. So we require this 854 only whenever we want to use. As you can see in the name also, it is reflecting. with the same instance ID. So completion date is not there because these processes are not yet completed. So the status is active and the risk state is overdue, and ID we are already getting. So I will try to manipulate some data here. So this ID, I will just keep the ID as 854. In order to do so, I will write some code here in the post. So first of all, I will check if tw.local.instance data not equals to undefined and not equals to none. Okay. So we will just loop through the variable which contains the ID, basically instance ID. So to not to get confused with this ID, so I will just name it as instance ID. Okay. Now I will write one for loop which will loop to all the instances list. Let I equals to 0, I less than tw dot local dot instance data dot instances dot length and I plus plus. Now getting inside this, so I will just create one local variable, let full instance equals to its ith element dot id. So let instance array instance number array equals to full instance dot split, and we are going to split it by the dot. Now I will just directly use this variable in the left side of the, and I will use its second element. It will do the job, and let's run it. So as you can see, the only instance ID 854 we are getting. So earlier we were getting something like 2072. So uh, basically these checkbox are coming, so I will remove that also. Let me do it. So you have to select the table first and go to the configuration, and here we can select no selection and save it. Also this columns is coming, so I will remove that also by selecting hide column selector, and I will save it and quickly run it. Yeah, so now the table is coming in full screen, instance and all things are we are getting very fine. Okay, now I'm going to implement some criterias by which we can filter out these values. So in order to do that, I will just drag and drop some elements. So we can provide element here and name it as I will just drag and drop it first. So this text I am going to use, and I will name this section as search bar. Search bar. So in the visibility, in the configuration, I will just select it as small. So this small search bar is looking pretty now. So I will just do the label visibility as hidden, and in the configuration, search by name. So it will basically what will happen whenever we will write any name of the instance, so it will search. So let me show you here. So if you write name here like bank loan or something like that, it should be able to search it from here, from this property, and state. Okay, next thing is risk state. So I will just take one drop down, and it will be named as single select. So I will just make this configuration layout as horizontal. So in the single select also, I will just hide the label, and on the variable I will create two variables. So first of all I will name this variable search by name. So search by name, and I will bind it. After that, search by what is that state? Okay, search by state. Also search by state list. So why I have created one list also, because I have to feed some values here. In order to do so, I will just select the selection list which we have created just now, and I will bind this search state here. And what are the other things by which we can do the searching? Due date, creation date, completion date, status. So I will just take the status also. So I'm not going to extend this demo too much. In order to do so, search by status and search by status list. And select it as page list. Now one more single select, and I will hide the label, and in the binding I am going to select search by status. In the configuration I will select the list as it is provided. Okay, so now for these two single selects I will feed some values, hard code some values. So I will just quickly do that. tw.local search by state list equals to, I will initialize this array, and in the first element I will just use this value, which status overdue. Okay, I will just paste it, and like that I am going to use the search by status list, initialize it, and in the first index I am going to store, let me run it once again, this active state. So here it is. Now if we try to run it, we can see that the drop down values are coming. Okay, now we will provide one button also here. So in order to do so, I will just go to the controls, and I will drag and drop this button artifact right here. So I will name this button as search. Okay, so what will happen on the click of the search button, it will search from the table. So as of now only 5 records are there. In case there is too much data, so it should be able to search from that table. So what I will do now, I will just drag and drop one script. I will name it as search script. So just drag and drop this flow line and connect it here. Okay, so now what will happen, we have this variable instance data. So I will use this variable. So let's say if tw dot search by name not equals to single quotes or and undefined and not equals to none. So I'm writing this line to avoid the errors which can come in runtime. So if search by name is there, then what will happen? We will write our search code. So in order to do that, I will just quickly create one temp variable, temp instance list. So I will just initialize this list, and in this list I will store data.local.instances. So it should be able to hold it up. Now I will write one for loop for let I equals to 0, I less than instance list dot length I plus plus, and I will just initialize this variable so that there should be not any value here, and we will just write the if condition. If tw.local.search by name, okay, stamp instance list ith element dot, so we will just find out what we can use. We can use this name, and we will write it here dot index of our variable tw.local.search by name not equals to -1, then what will happen? So let me create the index variable here. Index equals to this variable top length, and now this variable's index equals to temp instance list I. So it should be able to do the trick. So let me run it once. So let's say if we search by something like this, it should not be able to search it. Yeah, and I will run it once again. Now I will search loan. Yeah, so I think every process is having the loan word in it. So I will just exactly search 854. Yeah, so that means this search by name is working properly. Now we will talk about this risk status overdue. So first of all, as you can see here, every process is showing as overdue. So I will try to create one more status. To do that, I will open process portal, and I will run some values, some processes here, like this advanced HR open new process. So yeah, new step is created. So I will run this dashboard once again. So as you can see, okay, it is not showing here. I think it is going to take some time to refresh the indexes. So let's run it again. It is not yet updated, not a big issue. So I will just try to see this. Okay, so its instance is active. I will try to make one more thing. So it is now suspended. Okay, now it is suspended. Let's see if it reflects here or not. So it is not reflecting here. I think the indexing, it is taking some time. So till then I will create some uh, new processes to increase our instance list. Also, one more thing, uh, in order to get our dashboard here, what we have to do in the overview, we will select dashboard for all users, or if you want to expose it for the particular group only, you can do that also. So in order to get that, we will have to just refresh the process portal first, and when I will click show more, it will show this instance report. So in order to get it on the top, I'll just click the icon and click on the star button, and we can drag it to the top, and it will persist here itself. So now let's see if the instance list is refreshed or not. Okay, it is not showing here. So here in the input mapping, I will just make the max results as 100 and begin index 0, let's say. Search filters, we can do the search filter here, but we are not doing that search filter. Instead, we are writing our own search script, and so is the state filter. We can do the state filter instead of here. We can just bind the variable here, but we are writing it here in the search script. We are going to write. So yeah, we will write the same script, same kind of thing here also. So if search by state, so in IBM BPM, copy paste is very important. Okay, everything will be remain same instead of here, and one more thing, just dot and disk state. Okay, so I will just cut this property and I will use it here. So this will do the trick. Let's run it. So if we select overdue here and click on search, so nothing is going, that means our code is working. If we select something else, so as of now only one option is available. So let me copy and paste it quickly to get our this drop downs value. So it is search by status. So I will just paste here search by status, search by status. Okay, here also search by status, and instead of risk state here, I will just search the value. It is status. So I will just paste it here, and now what I will try to do, I will just add one more index. So I will just name it as on time. Okay, like this. I am going to use it here. So I will write the status as suspended. So I will run it once again. Let me do it full screen. So if we select overdue and search it, so every instance is overdue. If we select on time, so as you can see, nothing is on time. So if we again make this as overdue, so no data will come because we are not using any temporary variable or we are not refreshing the data. So for doing that, we can introduce a new button. If you don't want to use a new button, you can just basically have a temporary variable. You can store in that temporary variable and get it once again. So I will not use that temporary variable. I will just create this refresh button. So I will just drag and drop this refresh button here. So now I will run it with portal. I will open the instance report. So as you can see, let's check it. Okay, on time. So no process is on time. I will refresh it. So overdue. Yeah. So every process is overdue, and so is the status. So and we can search it by name like 855. So it will search it. Whatever the new instances I have created, they are not being reflected here. So that is because the indexing of my DB is not proper. So once its indexing is done, so they will reflect as soon as possible. But as of now, the indexing is not proper, so it is not reflecting it at all, the new instances. So I will go with that. So that's all for the today's video. Please like this video, comment on the video if you have any doubts and if you want to ask something, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.